Well, Eric Ten Hag is taking on Reading. That is a manager known as, which name? Paul Ince, ex-United legend, arriving at Old Trafford tomorrow to take on a team known as Manchester United. It's a late night kickoff, and here on United Matters channel, you know how we do it when there is a match day. What we do is simple. We go all out and really portray ourselves onto the match day live. And lastly, what we call the match reaction, then the player ratings. Close to 4-5 videos expected for until the match is really gone ahead. So today we are here to discuss about United versus Reading, 4th round of the FA Cup. Ten Hag quenching to see it that really finds, or continuing with his quest to really find himself into the 5th round of the FA Cup, getting an easier side concerning what Arsenal has really been drawn to with Man City, because none of those teams would have liked to be drawn against themselves. That is Arsenal or City. At least in the semi-finals or the final, it will be okay for them. But that means United is going to be left with only one huge team. That is Liverpool, because Liverpool is playing Brighton, and we don't know what's going to happen in that game of Liverpool versus Brighton, because Brighton, ever since the Deserbi came in through, Liverpool have not been able to get a result of 3 points against Brighton. Brighton drew with them at Anfield 3-3. And Liverpool came from behind on 3 occasions. Then they went ahead to be beaten at Amex Stadium by 3-0. So it shows you how Deserbi has mastered the craft of beating, all trouncing, and getting 3 points off Liverpool. That's from their manager Jurgen Klopp, undergoing a turmoil. His team is drailing, and no one really knows what is happening to his team. But for Manchester United, we made a very big bounce back yesterday by beating Nottingham Forest by 3-0, and that has really put us on a level of really going into the finale, because one leg is the final, and I don't believe Nottingham can come and shock us at Old Trafford next Wednesday. So, talking about the FA Cup, who is absent? Anton Martial, not yet back. We don't know his return date. Diego Dello, not yet back. The manager has confirmed today in the pre-match press conference that he's not ready to play for the United side, and this really leaves you in the position of asking yourself, why doesn't Ten Hag give us really the exact date of when these players are really going to return? So sometimes he hides them. They don't, even if they train, does not tell us. So I believe that's a tactic of management, and not really getting news out of the dressing room, and secondly, showing us how good he is at really keeping news from us. Even it's hard for us to know the traveling squad, because way back we used to know that they are going to sleep at Lowry Hotel and they're going to play at Old Trafford, and we easily got to know which squad is really residing at Lowry Hotel. But this time around, that's not the case. Ten Hag has changed everything. Now, we are having players that we expect at least to come in and really play some good football. The manager hinted about Facundo Pellistri, known amongst the players United are willing to loan. So he has confirmed his stay, and he based it onto the number of minutes that he gave him in the game of Nottingham, because he played close to 20 minutes until that game really ended, and played very well. He could have even got himself a goal or an assist in that game if at all Weghorst had really directed that cross that he really floated to him into the 18 yards box area of Nottingham. Now, let's get into the predicted starting 11. I believe lots of changes are going to be made that you don't even expect, but I believe these changes are really going to be based on rotating these players and really not making them tired, because we need to go ahead and really play more games. Until March, I think we're going to be playing 2 games per week. So it shows you that we need to be doing better and better and better. Now, the manager, Eric Ten Hag, I believe is going to go all out and bring in the following starting 11. To me, it's predicted. That's it with my team. The system, as usual, it's a 4-2-3-1. That is the system that Eric Ten Hag really plays with. And there might be some debuts for the goalkeeper of United. I think a change is going to be made by Eric Ten Hag in this one. And David De Gea was in goal when you're playing Nottingham Forest. When you're playing the FA Cup, the first round of the FA Cup, we are playing against, is it Charlton? I think it was Charlton, right? Charlton, Burnley. I think it was Charlton, not so. When you're playing against them, we had a goalkeeper known as Tom Heaton in goal. I believe the goalkeeper we signed on loan from Crystal Palace is going to get his debut today or tomorrow, depending on where you're watching in from, at Old Trafford. And that is Jack Butland. Expect him to start in goal for Manchester United for his very first time in the game of football. Now, for the right back, I think there is going to be a call that most of you are not even looking at, but I've based on him being included into the match squad that played against Nottingham Forest that the manager Ten Hag might really bring him on, because the moment he puts you in the match squad to travel either to Old Trafford or away, that means you've gone ahead to convince him in training that you are indeed at that level to come in and really play a role in his side. So I believe Aaron Wan-Bissaka has played very many games, and this time around, this man might play for the club on the right back. That is Brandon Williams. I believe with Ten Hag having only one right fullback that is really fit, as Delo has been confirmed to be out, you can't force out Bissaka to come in through, yet you are playing Reading. You get? We are having very many big games. Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, Leeds. It's going to be a double header. We need this guy fit until when a player called Dallo comes back. So I believe Brandon Williams is going to play on the right back. I believe he has all the ingredients and minerals to really stop a player to really stop a player of Reading that's going to be playing onto the left attacking side of the midfield of the team of Reading. So I believe him to start. So the other position I believe is going to stay unchanged is the left back. Malacia, playing well against Nottingham Forest, I think is going to retain his position because Luke Shaw looks like he's a little bit ill. Though he trained today, manager confirmed to us that maybe they're waiting to see what the final training session is going to really portray to the manager. But obviously, he can't force him into this lineup. So I believe if he's to come in to play minutes, he'll come in and play the last 10 or 20 minutes according to the game situation at Old Trafford. So I believe Malacia is going to really go ahead and do this game. Now, I believe the central defense partnership, we are going back to Magloff. Maguire not playing in the game of Nottingham. Reason, he was really suspended. He had accumulated 2 yellow cards. Then Victor Lindelof played very well in the entire 90 minutes. Though the first 10 he looked sloppy, but he managed to really make it up and obviously played very well, and we kept a clean sheet. So I believe Harry Maguire will have a chance to play on the right side of the central defense, and Lindelof will play on the left side of the central defense, meaning that that's going to be the back of Manchester United according to me. That's it. So that is the back for now. Let's go to the double pivot. The double pivot, Freddie played very well in that game. I think he came on through and played. It was Eriksson and Casemiro. I believe these two are really going to be rested by the manager. And we are going back to Mark Fred. That is Scott McTominay and Fred Rodriguez. Why? These are games you need to go out and really show that you are really a CDM that doesn't want to leave Manchester United. If I told you Scott McTominay, these are games you're supposed to come out and really show Erik ten Hag that every notes you are really giving me in the training, I'm really swallowing in them very well, and they are part of my new game. So that is a player known as Scott McTominay leading the central midfield. Freddie playing as a box-to-box midfielder. He has been really excellent and majestic in the different games has been playing for Manchester United. That is Freddie Rodriguez. He's really flawless. However much he's short, he has a low center of gravity, but obviously he really puts himself in a position that everyone would love him to be at Manchester United. And I thought that Ten Hag will really sell this player, but according to what Fred is really putting on the field of play, maybe managers really getting a second thought of not really selling him, because reached an extent when I thought that maybe Freddie is really going to be sold, and PSG is one of those teams that were interested in him, trying to put out £30 million to buy the player. Reason being, in the summer he'll be left with just 1 year on his contract. Let's go to the central attacking midfield. I believe Bruno Fernandes has played very many games, and he deserves to be rested, according to me. And as he did it against a team called Charlton, I believe Kobbie Mainoo is coming in through to play as a cam, because this young lad has really gone ahead to excite the manager of Manchester United a lot, and he has said he won't come out to give a player, he won't come out to give a player playing time in the first team, especially those from the academy, if at all they don't really show him that they deserve it. Now, Kobbie Mainoo is one of those that has gone ahead to prove to the manager that, please, I'm ready to play for the club of Manchester United. Obviously, I expect him to start in the game of Manchester United versus Reading. That is really going to be a game of the FA Cup third round, and him coming in through will be a very brilliant time, because playing at Old Trafford takes you off the pressure. You'll be having fans cheering you all the way. That's it. But 90% I believe Kobbie Mainoo is into this team. But if he doesn't start, maybe Eriksson will come in through to start. But I believe it's going to be Kobbie Mainoo playing into that position, because his talent supersedes those players playing into the championship, because that's where Reading is playing at, and you believe that they need to find themselves into a position of really being disproved by Kobbie Mainoo that I'm the new lad on the block. In the game of Charlton, he played very well, 68 minutes, and was taken off the field of play. That's it. So let's go to the left attacking midfield. Sorry, the right attacking midfield, because Facundo Pelestri played some good 90 minutes, some good 20 minutes out of the 90. The manager is well pleased with him. People think that he's going to start, but I believe with his side, you need another strong team to come in through. You need some other threats to come in and really get this game done and dusted. And that's why I believe Anthony will come in through and play some 60 minutes, and then Facundo Pelestri will come in through and really play the rest of the minutes to really get this game done and dusted. That means Anthony trying to improve in the game of Nottingham. He was direct, he was cutting the half spaces, something that you would like to see your goalkeepers, your right winger really doing. And I think he deserves this game at Old Trafford to really go past these players of Reading and gain more confidence as we play against this side called Reading. Not so. On the left, I believe Rashford is going to be rested, and Alejandro Garnacho is going to come in through and play into that position. That's it. So I believe Garnacho is going to play on the left attacking side of the midfield. And guess who's going to lead the line? I think Weghorst, having gotten his goal for the very first time at Manchester United, is really going to be floated into the starting 11 of Manchester United to lead that goal line of the club of Manchester United, because he deserves to start. Get Anthony, Kobbie Mainoo, and Alejandro Garnacho to start. That means if at all the game is not going our way, you can bring in Casemiro, Eriksson, Bruno Fernandes, and Rashford, plus maybe Aaron Wan-Bissaka. 5 players at once to really turn it around. But these players need to be rested, because we are having lots of games ahead of us as far as this game is concerned. So I believe that's the starting 11 of Manchester United that I believe Ten Hag is going to go in for, and obviously do the needful and really win this game of football. But there are facts I need to read to you here, coming in from Google, telling us that United have progressed from 9 of their 10 FA Cup ties against Reading, only failing in the third round in 1926 to 27 season. So this has been a side that we've always come out and really beat. That's it. They beat them, and I expect them to be beaten and laid down by United. Now, Reading have just won one of their 22 matches against Manchester United in all competitions. They've lost 14 and drawn 7, and have lost their last 6 in a row. Their only win against the Raids was in January 1927 in a secondary play at the third round stage of the FA Cup, a game played at Villa Park. So we last lost to them in 1927, meaning that tomorrow we are winning. United unbeaten in their last 14 home games in the FA Cup since the 2-1 defeat to Arsenal in 2015. They have lost just one of their last 39 games against sides from outside the top flight. So United is really the team that is going to go ahead and really do the needful to win the game of Reading. Second, lastly, Reading have lost 7 of their last 8 FA Cup matches against Premier League opponents, with a 3-1 home win against West Brom in 2016. So, Manchester United's Marcus Rashford has been involved in 5 goals in his last 5 FA Cup appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists. His only brace in the competition to date came against Reading in 2017. Rashford has a very good record against Reading. So is he going to be put out to really find himself in a position of not really being on the bench, will that help Erik ten Hag and motivate him to start Marcus Rashford? So let's wait and see what that is going to be. So guys, your predictions are welcome in the comment section below. I believe we are going all out for a win of like 4-0. 4-0, all 5. It's going to rain goals at Old Trafford tomorrow. That's it. It's going to rain goals, and I believe you are going to score. I think Weghorst will score. Sancho, I know if question of Sancho is going to come across. I know Sancho is going to be on the bench tomorrow. That's it. He's going to be on the bench. What a better way to usher him back in the team of Manchester United. Let him be on the bench, comes in through to set the game situation and really play a very huge role in the game of football of this United side. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. So tell me, who do you think should start and who do you think shouldn't start? Because everyone is entitled to his own opinion, and no one is going to really stop you from being opinionated. So let's come in the comment section, flood them, flock there. Tell me what your thoughts are as far as this is concerned. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Good night, my mates. Maybe later I might drop in with a Demo Freeze transfer story, as his agent is in Manchester United or is in UK to talk to Manchester United, Newcastle and Chelsea. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. I'm out.